Hi guys, welcome to another Divi 5 theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got a fun one for you today. It was actually requested by somebody. We did this with Divi 4. They asked us if we could do it with Divi 5. We got a gallery here. When I hover over, you're going to see that our little gallery items zoom in. It's great. And they'll still pop out into a light box. But it's a really nice little feature to have on your site. Really easy to do. Got to do a little bit of CSS coding for this today, but I'll take you through every step. So let's get started. I'm going to edit this site with Divi. And let's go down and we'll get rid of this row and start from scratch. So I'm going to hit the green button to add a new row. I've got a section here. If you haven't got a section, just add a new section or start from a new page. Blue button to add a new section. Green button to add a new row. I'm going to add a new row. I'm going to use a single flex column. Inside, funnily enough, I'm going to throw a gallery module. And it throws in a few random images there. Of course, we're going to want to throw in our own. So over on the right hand side here, you can see we're in the gallery. I'm going to add the images I want to have in my gallery. Let's throw in some of these crazy cars like I did before. There'll be plenty, I'm sure. I just left clicked on the first one, held my shift key down, left clicked on the last one to select everything in between. Quick little workaround for anybody that didn't know that. And with these gallery items, if you want to get rid of one, you can hit the little trash can. It'll appear when you hover over. If you want to move it, just wait till the little cross is there. You can drag it, pop it wherever you want to move yours. Now at the moment it's only displaying 4. That's not much good. We've got about 20 images in there. So let's perhaps put it up to 20 in the image count just below there. I'm displaying 4 rows. You can change the number of columns very easily with Divi 5, something you couldn't do very easily with Divi 4. Over in design, layout, it's set to a grid layout here. And the number of columns we've got here is 4. Let's set it to perhaps 3. Make our images a little bit bigger there. And you can choose different amounts of columns. For tablet, 3 is going to work for me. And mobile, set to 1, that's okay. Perhaps have 2 on there on mobile. But that's entirely up to you. Okay. How are we going to make this work? Well, the first thing I need to do is save this and we'll inspect it on the front end. So I'm going to save my changes here. We'll go over, we've got the new preview now. We can either preview it here. I want to preview it in a new tab on the front end. So I'm going to hit that one, which is the same as the original save. If we roll down, here's our gallery. What I need to do is find out the class names of our gallery items. I'm not going to want that overlay. I'll take that off in a minute. And also the grid that it's sitting in. So let's just right click one of these and hit inspect. I'm using Google Chrome, but most browsers have the inspector tools nowadays. And it's got it right here. If we hover over it, it'll show us what we've got going on here. I roll down just a little bit. We're actually on this one right here. If I hover over, we can see that it's got a class name of gallery image. It says landscape there, but where there's a gap, that's a different class name right there. The one that we want is ETPB gallery image. Great. So what do we want to do with our image? Now in the inspector, as long as you've got elements selected this side, you'll have HTML. If you've got styles selected this side, you'll have CSS over here. What do I want to do with my ETPB gallery image? Well, I want to scale it up so it gets a bit bigger when we hover over it. So let's just click to the right of our item here. We can add a new line. I'm going to use transform scale for this. Let's say transform, scale. At the end of scale with no gap, we need to put some round brackets there. And inside our round brackets, let's scale it up by perhaps half as much again, 1.5. That'd be 150%. 1.1 would be 10%. 1.2 would be 20%, etc. And I've spelt transform there. It's not going to work. With CSS, you need to spell it right. So let's put an S in there, transform scale. As you can see, they've scaled up by the amount we want there. But, of course, it looks crazy. They're all overlapping and what have you. And we only really want to have that happen on hover. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all of this from the opening dot ETPB gallery there to our first closing curly bracket right there. Control C to copy. I'm going to pop this in a little notepad so I've got it over to my side here. Okay, the next thing we need to actually select is the grid item that it's sitting in. And if we just go up one, you can see it selects it there, that little blue square. It's smaller. That's the original size of our grid right there. What I want to do is go in there. Here's our grid and grid item. I want to hide any overflow. So again, I'm going to click on the last one, add a new one. I'm going to say overflow, hidden. And they're still scaled up, but they're within our little grid item right there, which is perfect. So let's copy this. I'm going to put this again in my little notepad I've got going on here. I'm actually using a text editor, but a notepad will do. And using the inspector tools is a fantastic thing to learn. You can pretty much find out anything about a site by doing this. Great, so we've got those two styles. How are we going to implement it? Well, if we go back to our site now, first thing I wanted to do is get rid of the overlay that happens when we hover over this. So in the gallery, you can do that in design again. We close up our layout where we were just before. Here's the overlay. I'm just going to make it transparent so we can't see it by pulling the opacity slider all the way down. And the same with the background overlay color right here. Just pull the opacity slider all the way to the left so it's invisible, and that won't pop up there. Okay, what we need to do now is go over to our advanced, to our CSS here. And in the freeform CSS, it allows us to write complex CSS. So the first thing I need to do is write selector, selector. Now I'll select this particular gallery module. I'm going to copy the first bit of code that we put in the notepad over here. Again, Control C to copy. I'm going to put my cursor just after the selector and Control V to paste it in there. Now we didn't put in line height, so we don't need that. We only need the stuff that we put in. So I can delete that. All we've got now is our transform scale. If I move this across just a little bit, I'll put it all on one line. That's a bit better. But of course, this is making everything overflow, and we really only want this to happen on hover, but I'll fix that in a moment. Now, I'm going to grab the other bit of text that we copied that keeps it within the grid with the overflow hidden. Again, Control C. Again, I'm going to write selector. So it just applies to this module. I'm going to paste that in there. Control V. Okay, don't need the gallery grid part. Get rid of that. Do need the gallery item. Don't need anything that we didn't write below here. So after that curly bracket, we can get rid of everything apart from the bit we wrote, which is overflow hidden. I could have written this from scratch. I just wanted to show you how to use the inspector. And they're back in their grids. Now, like I said, we only want this to happen on hover. So in our first one here, after it says image right there, no gap, I'm going to put a little colon and the word hover. No gap again, no gaps between the last word image and the first word hover. So we're back to normal there. And you can see it's actually doing it when we put our mouse over. But it's actually doing it instantly. That's not going to work for me. I want it to be a lot more gradual than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first one here, select the ETPB gallery image hover. I'm going to copy it from the S of selector to the closing bracket there, Control C to copy. I'm going to drop down one. This time I don't need the hover, so I'm going to take the colon and the hover off here. I'm going to use a transition duration. Well, I had quite a gradual one for mine. I think I used a second, obviously adjust the taste, so I'm going to say transition, dash duration, colon, 1s for 1 second. And you can do it in milliseconds, you can do it however you wish. Now when I roll over, it does it nice and gradually. It takes a second to actually do that, which is perfect. And it'll still pop out into our lightbox. Now I know a lot of people have a problem with code. If you don't want to do this, CSS is a great thing to learn, so I would suggest you do it the way I've done it today. But if you don't, I'll copy this and I'll put it down below the video for anybody that just wants to copy and paste. Let's make sure this is going to work on the front end. So we're going to resave now. And we'll go back and refresh. Get rid of the inspector now. And here we have it. When I roll over, it's hovering in, it's taking a second. Still going to pop out into a light box. And it's the same with all our other images right here. Really nice little effect. Really easy to do, as you can see. Like I say, some people are a little worried about CSS, but you really can't damage your site with it. If you do something, it doesn't work, just delete it. It'll go back to how it was. And that really is a nice little eye-catching effect. So I hope that's answered that question. And I hope you've enjoyed this today. We've been using Divi 5 again today. Release date is coming up in the next couple of weeks. Really looking forward to it. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.